What is up, everybody? Turbo vs. TV here today, and it seems like Sony is not stopping with these with these director's editions, or in this case, Hunter's edition. So there is a big rumor that Bloodborne Hunter's edition, or the director's cut, Game of the Year edition, whatever you want to call it, is coming to PS5 and PC. This is a lot. This is news a lot of people have been wanting to have. Like the PC crowd been wanting to play Bloodborne on PC. The PlayStation crowd wanted to play this game at a higher frame rate. So it is a win-win, but Sony is definitely going to charge you for this win-win in this instance. So a new leak suggests that a version of Bloodborne called the Hunter's Edition is coming to PS5 and PC, bringing some fresh content along with it. So another debate about this whole director's cut PS5 upgrade thing. I don't know, man. It's just at this point, to be honest, at this point, man, because it's like the Sony guys will criticize Nintendo, the Nintendo fan base, say, "Hey, Nintendo is charge you full price for these old Wii games, these old Wii U games to the new system, and y'all are cheap for paying for it." The Nintendo guys will come right back and say, "Hey, Sony has charged you a premium price, not only regular price, but a premium price of $70 to play the games you just played last year with a little extra content." So, and it's like when you look at it, they're both going back and forth. Sure, they say stuff about Xbox, but that's not really the point because you got Game Pass, so we're not really included in that argument. But you see them go back and forth, and then when you look at like the Amazon top best-selling list, the top PS5 game is like Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, so the audience obviously wants to buy that. Then for the Nintendo side, the top-selling game is like the Zelda Skyward Sword HD game. So it's obviously people want to play these old games, even though it's ironic because these PlayStation guys says I bought a $5 new console. I want to play new games, but that's not true because you want to play old games. What the sell data says, you want to play these old games, and they were clamoring for this game to be remade anyway, to get like the remaster. So, and people say they bought a new system to play old games, they are lying because they hyped up Bloodborne, and hyped up Demon Souls, and now they're hyping up Bloodborne. So, they definitely want to play old games. It's just a problem Microsoft does it, I guess, but because Microsoft does it for free, they give you old games to upgrade them for free. So. I guess that's the hypocrisy right there. But back to the article. So it says Bloodborne fans have not let go of their hopes for a proper PS5 version of the game, with a PC port also high on the list of many. According to a new leak, both of these wishes come true as Bloodborne was supposedly be getting a Hunter's Edition in the near future. Okay. So I'm gonna skim through the article. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'm gonna try to skim through it to make this a lot shorter. But a recent leak from Souls Hunt suggested that this one was in the works. Soul Hunt previous leak was about Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. If you don't remember what that game is, that was a game that was shown where the guy kept saying chaos. He has to kill chaos over and over again. That's what that game he's talking about. Was what Final Fantasy Origin proved accurate. Many fans have faith that the Bloodborne remaster will come. Now some fuel have been added to the fire regarding this remaster, with a second leak coming from a leaker on 4chan. So, leak in question comes from a 4chan user, Demon Knight. The name should be familiar to fans. The name of the leaker that accurately revealed information from Bloodborne on PS4. So, okay, so there's like two credible leakers. Okay, that's pretty much to summarize that. The Hunter's Edition was supposedly fixed the biggest issue, an unstable frame rate. Bloodborne 30 frames per second. Gameplay holds it back in certain areas. So it was going to be performance mode, will supposedly target 60 frames per second at 1440p. It'll be upscaled to 4K. Okay, so that's what they're gonna do with the visuals and like performance. Like, what is the extra content they're adding besides like the visuals and performance? I don't select extra. Okay, so it says 6 new weapons being added. I guess like a better rifle. They don't say anything about new bosses, but it just says like new weapons. Okay, that's all I see so far. So, and it says this is gonna be the pricing part of this game. So it says a $20 upgrade for the base game owners of Bloodborne, $10 upgrade for owners of the Old Hunters DLC, and a free upgrade for those with the Game of the Year edition. Okay, so if you got the Game of the Year edition, you get it for free. And between a launch between January and February. Okay, so this is a rumor. Like I said, this is a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. But this is what they're saying. This is coming out. So this is our people's thoughts about how they feel about this leak, about the Bloodborne director's cut content. Then one guy says, I didn't know Sony was in the dairy business, milking their past games and users for that matter. At least PlayStation is releasing games on like Xbox. Of course, Xbox has to be brought up. This has nothing to do with Xbox whatsoever, but the Sony guy can't help it. And so at least PlayStation is releasing games on like Xbox. I mean, Halo Infinite drops this year. I mean, that's probably gonna be the biggest game of this year, but okay, guy. Assuming they are going to charge you again, no. Next gen upgrades should be free. It's changing a few lines of code and recompiling for crying out loud. Should be free, lol, how ignorant. People think making content, especially game, is easy. Finished in one day and no single effort is involved. Just stop being poor and appreciate the quality content Sony put into their games. If it's a free upgrade for existing players and giving me the next gen version with it, I'm down. Anything else is just BS. But as PlayStation we're talking about, so you have to buy the game again, probably at a higher price. There's no reason to pay $90 just for a game just to play the best version of it. I like how Kojima did it. Don't like how Sucker Punch did it. A remaster plus new content is better than just a remaster, but worried this could be used maliciously. Depends on the extensiveness of the new content, I suppose. Our current owners offered it for free. Is it a $60 or $70 price tag? Why not include things as a free DLC, aka to Witcher 3? Yeah, Witcher 3 is releasing their Game of the Year edition with free stuff, and it's completely free, and it's an extra upgrade, so it's kind of interesting how some companies are just giving us stuff for free when other companies are charging you for it. Seems like they are becoming EA and Activision. They found another way to milk their fan base for a couple more dollars. Next will be the Platinum Edition with new achievements, then the Game of the Year Edition with DLC, then the PS4 Hits Edition, or PS5, well I guess, yeah, PS4 Hits Edition. Personally, I'm not a fan if it comes off as an easy cash grab while being able to tout AAA new releases. They're great games and new content is nice, but I'd rather they be concentrating on making all new experiences. Saves them money having to develop new games, and seeing as people are buying it up, I guess it's good. Personally, glad I came on PC, but never have to worry about low fidelity graphics and still content. But if buying the same game over and over makes people happy, I'm happy. Okay. I just think director's cut is a weird way to say it. Like this stuff that was already there that got before release. No, probably not. Then why use director's cut as the name of the edition? It just sends a bad message. And it's like somebody just it takes the whole wallet. Okay. These director cuts are cash grabs since they don't want to say they are charging for only a PS5 upgrade. When going from PS3 to PS4, they just call it the remasters. Honestly, it's borderline rip-off territory, especially seeing how Xbox doesn't charge for upgraded versions. That's just me, though. I say that, I'm an a-hole. You say that Xbox don't charge you for any of these upgrades, these next-gen upgrades. There's a lot of angry Sony guys that are at your throat. And when you say that for the PC audience, too, the PC audience ain't paying for these upgrades. It's only the Sony audience, or like Nintendo, I guess you want to call the Nintendo audience that's doing it, too, but that's them. It's hard not to see this as a stopgap measure to shore up the next gen games that have been lacking. To shore up, I never heard that phrase before. Okay. Just like last gen, Sony finds a way to double dip by using clever branded remaster and now director's cut. I don't mind it. It's up to the players to decide if they want to support that move, and apparently they do. It's the rebrand of the Game of the Year edition. Zack Snyder is leading the way for gaming. Director's Cut is basically becoming another marketing term for remastered. As long as the upgrade option for PS4 owners of the game is kept to a minimum, I'm okay with it. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Last of Us 2 Director's Cut with Factions 2 for PS5 with a price tag. What if they released the Last of Us 2 Director's Cut? That'd be pretty crazy. And charge you for the online mode that was left out of the Last of Us 2. That would be interesting. That would definitely be a good day. That's gonna be the internet's definitely gonna go wild on that day. The internet would definitely go wild on that day if this is true. This Last of Us Director's Cut with the factions mode. That will be an insane day. So annoying. We had a similar thing in my day called remasters. Okay, let's see. Let's read some of the quote tweets about this. Then we're probably done with this video. Sigh. This person must be right about this. All these director's cuts in the place of new games. How about some new games? On, like the movies, they need to please every race, sex, sexuality, interest group, destroys creativity. That's why both tons of remakes in films and games. If true, PlayStation pricing of this would be a huge indicator of their PC pricing strategy. New edition of a 6-year-old game. Anything above 50 USD would be tough to justify, even with new content. The industry eyes are peeled. I don't mind this one since Bloodborne is coming to PC, so yeah, FAO, but I don't particularly care, not gonna lie. I don't really like remasters or remakes all that much, but if Bloodborne is coming to PC because of this, then I'm completely 100% fine with this without a doubt. Just listening to this guy saying this that Sony is just doing these director's cuts and DLC because none of their games are ready, and then saw this. Something is going on. Maybe COVID wrecked their schedule. I pray this is true. We get Bloodborne PC rumors every single week. Yeah, so because a lot of people are not liking these remasters being done by Sony, like where are the new games at? Well, again, you got one audience saying, "Hey, we will buy these games without a question." So who knows? So definitely want to see your thoughts down below on this whole situation, on this rumor. Like once again, it's a rumor. It's not really confirmed, but it's a highly more than highly likely that this is going to happen. So want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching and peace.